This is the face and hair of a man who is in lockdown, is running out of ideas on things to do to promote his latest book, Illusory, 6 things mentally free people don't believe that stressed and anxious people do. It's a bit of a mouthful, but I do believe it's a book that can really, truly help anyone who's struggling with stress, anxiety, depression, worries, overthinking, anything that is mind related and is creating struggle in you. This is a book worth buying. Now, I've done everything I can in this launch week to, within my limited awareness of how launches work, to get the word out about this book. I've shared it on social media. I've done numerous Instagram posts about it. I've annoyed multiple subscribers on over and over again with sharing news about the book. And a little voice in my head this morning said, "Alex, you haven't yet recorded a video about your new book." Links are in the description below. You want to find the book is on whatever Amazon platform works for you. It's in paperback. It's in Kindle format. The price is going up this Sunday, the 21st of June. You might be watching this in the future, but just to let you know, it's at a special launch price right now. It's a good book. I'm proud of it. There's lots of good reviews coming up about it on Amazon. If you don't believe that this is going to be useful for you, read the reviews, see what other people are saying about it. 6 reasons why you want to be reading this book. This book came about as, it's basically describes my uncovering of the 3 principles, which is a way of seeing the world, our reality, the way we think about things, consciousness, that was kind of put into words eloquently by a Scottish welder by the name of Sydney Banks back in the 70s, I think. He came across a way of seeing the world that has really helped me understand how my mind works, helped me understand how consciousness works, how thinking works, and how the 3 interact to create my perception of reality, and how our realities are effectively subjective. We create our entire reality through our thoughts. And it is in understanding this and really absorbing these ideas that has helped me tremendously in the world of mental health. It's helped me realize that that total wellness is already within me. I'm already as confident as I need to be. I'm already as happy as I need to be. I'm already fully happy, fully confident, fully self-realized already as I am, because it all comes from within. This is what I talk about in the book. I hopefully make a better go at explaining it in the book. And I talk about 6 beliefs that people tend to have that slows them down, that limits them, that creates anxiety, creates stress. One of them is that burnout is a thing, and that things around us, working hard, the circumstances we find ourselves in create stress, create a sense of burnout, create a sense of overwhelm. And I argue that actually most of that, in most cases, is mind-based. We create the limitation, we create the sense that we're burnt out through thought. So that's one reason to read the book, is to understand burnout, to understand stress, to understand overwork, and how to overcome the limitations we put on ourselves just through the thoughts we have about those things. And just that alone is one reason to read the book. If you ever feel burnt out, if you ever feel exhausted, a lot of that is mental. And I explain in the book how to think about things in a way that's going to be more beneficial for you. Second reason to read this book is to get over any anxieties you have around money. A lot of us have this association of sort of self-worth and how much we earn or how much we might lose. And I basically break this down in the book. I create a separation between self-worth and money, and I make it clear that if we lose money, we don't lose ourselves. And this has been a really helpful way of thinking about money for me. It's helped me be a lot more free about money, helped me be a lot more confident about going out and taking risks to make more money. And so if you suffer with money worries, this is also a book for you. That's one of the other key points in the book. Again, the main theme is understanding how our thinking creates our emotional experience, how our thinking creates our realities, and how we can change our thinking to have a better, more enjoyable reality. Third reason to buy the book is to think about fear in a more productive, more harmonious way. A lot of us see and feel fear in ourselves and we run away from it. And we have a very contentious relationship with fear, with anxiety. And what this book does is it actually shows us that when we feel fear, it's an indication of the state of our mind. It's not an indication of that there's something wrong with us. And this is something that I've struggled with for a lot of my life, is that whenever I have felt fearful, whenever I felt anxiety, I thought, oh gosh, this is me being inadequate. This is me being less than as a person. There's something wrong with me. And so I would try to hide from my feelings of fear. I would try and resist them more. And of course, the fear became even more emphasized. So this book breaks that down. This book helps you see fear in a different way, in a more productive way, in a way that you can kind of befriend the fear. And for a lot of you suffering with fear or anxiety or worry, that kind of stuff is really going to help. A new way of thinking about how fear can feature in your life is going to be really helpful. I explain all this in much better detail in the book, so that's another reason to read it. Fourth reason is to kind of think of the past in a more harmonious way. So a lot of us are weighed down by our pasts. We have things that we're resentful about, or things that we regret, or things that we're shameful about regarding our pasts, and that can have a negative impact on how we behave, how we feel today, how we interact with the world today, because we're kind of weighed down by our pasts. And the book explains how there is no link between what happened in our past and who we are, and what our personalities should look like. So what the book does, it explains how we kind of create this false illusion of how the past should have a hold on us when it doesn't. And by understanding that, and by understanding the nature of thinking in how our personalities are defined, that is going to help free you from the snares that our pasts can often have on us. And that's going to lead to a lot of us, a kind of lightening, a sense of feeling lighter, a sense of feeling more happy, more hopeful. Fifth reason to read the book is understanding how mindset interacts with performance and feeling creative. So a lot of us think that we need to be in the right mindset to perform well. I argue against that. I say that actually we can overthink things, and we can kind of we feel that going into affirmations and visualizing things is going to be helpful for our performance, whether that be in the sports field or on painting or creating. Ultimately, we want to have a clear mind. We want to have a still mind. That is where true performance comes from. True motivation comes out of a stillness, a connection with our inner creative flow, our inner creative intelligence that comes from within mind. And so I talk about how that works and how that dynamic can help you in being a better performer, being less anxious when it comes to things like public speaking and having to deliver when the time comes to deliver. Sixth reason, if I can remember it, I'm being put on the spot here, but I've run through handling burnout, handling fear, handling the past, money, performance, and the last one, it's really on the tip of my tongue, I might not be able to remember it for this video. Maybe I'll leave it as a bonus piece that you can discover in the book. But the sixth reason to read this book, beyond getting a clearer sense of how the three principles works and how it's going to really benefit your mental wellness, is, it's gone. But I'll leave that as a bonus for you. Something to discover when you read the book. It's a short read, 3 hours. It's very cheap at the moment. Follow the links below. Have a read of it. Leave a review if you can. It helps me as an author get seen. It helps the book be pushed up through the rankings so that other people can enjoy it. I'm confident you will enjoy this. I'm confident it can change your life if you are indeed suffering unnecessarily. In anything to do with mind-based mental distress, this book will help you with that. So I'm going to leave you. I've rambled on long enough. this will be my last push to let people know and hopefully persuade you guys to take a punt at this book. Have a read, let me know what you think. I'll be open to feedback from people who've read it so that I can be guided in the right direction in terms of what you guys are looking for future videos, for future books, for future articles. Let me know. Over and out from a man in lockdown. Sending you love. Speak soon.